and you for me. Can't you see how happy we would be?
You could raise a family, a boy like us, a girl like me.
Can't you see how happy we would be?
Seatbelt on, Jake.
Good day.
No.
Why?
David said the F word to me.
The F word?
Yeah. And it wasn't very nice.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't.
Whatever happened to innocence?
I told my teacher.
Good, and what did she say?
She laughed.
She did what?
She thought it was funny.
What kind of teachers do they have in schools these days?
That's her, Miss Beeston.
Right, Miss Beeston. So how funny you think it is now.
Maggie, maybe a strongly worded letter.
He said the F word to other people as well.
What?
David said the F word to other people as well.
Did he?
Yes, and some of them were quite thin.
Look, Jake, I know it's not very nice, and I wouldn't ask you this normally, but this F word, can you tell me what it is?
Fat.
Hello? Who? Oh, yes. She's fine. No, she hasn't. Why? Has she? Are you absolutely sure? Well, of course. Yes, thanks for telling me. I'll be in touch. Goodbye. How was school?
Oh, you know,
No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
it's the same as it always is.
And how would you know?
What?
You haven't been there for 4 days, have you?
Have you been checking up on me?
Your headmistress just phoned to find out how your migraine was.
That was nice of her.
What migraine?
You see, you never notice anything.
Georgia, you haven't got a migraine.
Prove it.
You've been playing truant, haven't you?
I've been bunking off, yes.
Why? Have you got problems?
You mean apart from the fact I've been recently orphaned? None that I can think of.
Okay, so you're having a bad time at school.
No.
Then why bunk off?
Because I'm sick of the way people treat me.
Well, haven't they been very understanding?
Yes, they have. I've had understanding up to here. They're treating me like some kind of invalid. It's all, do you feel like playing netball, Georgia? Do you want to go on a school trip, Georgia? And they're so careful never to talk about their parents. It's doing my head in.
You're saying that you don't like people being nice to you?
Yes.
So you've stopped going in?
And still they start treating me normally, yes.
Well, I'm glad you told me this. This could have escalated. You could have just run away from everything.
Well, I wouldn't have run away from here.
I'm glad to hear that.
Nobody's nice to me here.
Morning. Big day today. Concrete in the garage floor. Any chance of a cup of tea?
You know where the kettle is?
Good film, wasn't it?
Film was fine.
Liz.
Stay on the mat. I've just washed that bit.
It's not my fault one of my ex-girlfriends was in the seat behind us.
She seemed to think she was your current girlfriend.
Lack of communication.
She was communicating very well. She got a standing ovation from the audience when she called you a rat.
So she just won't accept that it's over between us.
Well, perhaps you should have told her it was over before you asked me out.
I told her then, didn't I?
You did! And how are you going to get rum and raisin ice cream off your trousers?
Liz, I don't want this to come between us.
I'm not going to be a woman who loves too much.
What?
On Anne and Nick, there was a discussion and a phone-in on women who love too much.
You don't say.
Denise from Banbury said that she was in love with a man who was always coming home smelling of Chanel No. 5, and she kept finding phone numbers in his car coat.
I haven't got a car coat.
And I don't intend to become one of those women.
Are you trying to say you love me?
Oh, morning. I think the drains are blocked again, Tom. Tom.
Oh, sorry. Right you are, Mrs. Prentice. I'll take a look.
Liz? Liz, did I interrupt something?
Oh, I'm glad you did, Mrs. Prentice.
Is it Tom?
Well, my feelings are in somewhat of a turmoil, but it won't stop me emptying the bins.
Well, sit down and have a cup of coffee. Tell me about it if you want to.
He's a Sagittarius. Tom.
And that's bad, is it?
And I'm a Libra.
Who are you?
Mystic Meg says, Hostility opens a tartan case. In my stars for this week.
And has Tom got a tartan case? Well, perhaps he's going to take you away for a weekend.
That's just the sort of thing I want to avoid.
Is it?
Why do men always want sex all the time?
Not all of them do.
There are other things that are much more important.
Oh, yes, there are. What are they?
Sensitivity, for one thing.
Just a small blockage in the bone, Mrs. P. I gave it a serious plunging.
Oh, well, I hope you did it sensitively.
Why is that funny?
Just you wait there. Maggie?
Philip, are you all right? Oh, you look dreadful.
Well, don't waste your sympathy. It's his own fault. He's perfectly all right.
Yes, but this blazer isn't.
Typical. More worried about my uniform than me.
Well, of course I'm worried about you. Those trousers can't be mended. More expense and the term's only a month old. I bet you didn't think of that when you were rolling around in the playground.
Well, funnily enough, I didn't know.
Yes, his headmaster said it isn't the first time he started a fight, but this is definitely the worst experience.
Yes, I can see that.
You should see the other bloke.
Philip, I've already told you that fighting is nothing to be proud of.
That's your opinion.
Why did you pick on that boy?
Why not?
He has no reason, apparently.
Tell me how it started.
Not again. I've already told Mr. Spencer. And him.
Then tell me.
You tell her. I'm going to make a sandwich.
Just a moment. Go get cleaned up. Have a bath. Go on.
But it's the middle of the day.
It's a cruel world. No use talking to him. He's obviously not sorry he started fighting.
Did you talk to the headmaster?
I did.
I suppose he blames us, does he? I suppose he thinks now Philip's living with us, he'll go completely off the rails and end up in the gutter in Piccadilly Circus, begging, with a mongrel dog and a harmonica.
Didn't put it quite as colourfully as that.
But that's what he thought.
He introduced me to the school psychologist.
Oh, they wheeled everyone out then. What did he say?
She.
Oh, don't tell me. Cropped hair, glasses, elasticated waist and a badly fitting bra.
She was wearing a paisley smock.
Oh, ye gods. How can I take anyone seriously who wears a paisley smock?
She's been worried about Philip since the beginning of term. Apparently, he always refers to this place as a temporary address, that he's just staying with us for a while.
If only.
Well, the psychologist thinks that he feels insecure, that we don't really want him here, or Georgia or Jay.
Has she been listening at doors?
Well, she didn't have to, did she? You've hardly been the Earth Mother, have you?
Well, that's because I'm not an Earth mother or any other kind of mother.
I know.
I suppose she thinks it's my fault, as
No,
usual.
she didn't say that. She knows you've got a difficult job.
So what does she suggest? A hug a day?
No.
Quality time, then. It's bound to be something American.
She thinks we should adopt him.
What?
Well, not just him, all of them.
Why?
Well, it'll give them security, a feeling of permanence.
Well, couldn't we just put nameplates on their bedroom doors? Can you adopt and see if you like it and if you don't unadopt?
It's irreversible. There is a probationary period of 13 weeks before the adoption is granted.
So I could change my mind?
Well, so could they. I mean, the court could decide that you're not suitable as an adoptive mother.
They wouldn't dare. How dare they?
Well, they haven't done it yet. We are their next of kin.
Well, as far as we know.
What do you mean?
As far as we know, we're their next of kin. There could be a second cousin somewhere who's desperate to meet them.
Maggie, this isn't surprise.
Well, I'm sure there are relatives somewhere we don't know about. Perhaps we should make inquiries.
We are their only relatives, and we should become their adoptive parents.
Oh, but
But what? This is it. We have these children whether we like it or not. And some distant auntie with no ties and a desperate desire for an instant family is not going to suddenly appear on the doorstep and sweep them away.
Well, it might happen.
Only Walt Disney could make that happen.
But Eileen, don't you realise that Shane doesn't love Gail and Wayne doesn't love Kylie? Shane doesn't love Gail and Wayne doesn't love Kylie?
What'd you do that for?
We've got some good news for you all.
Can't it wait till the end of Neighbours?
No, it can't.
We are going to adopt you.
What's the good news?
What does adopt mean?
Well, it means that we'll be your adoptive parents and legally responsible for you.
Isn't that nice? Don't you feel happier knowing that we want to put the arrangement on a permanent basis?
It's tangible proof of our commitment to your future with us.
Look, we are doing this for you. We have filled in this form. We're going to have a medical and put up with a lot of stupid questions. Quite honestly, I don't know why we bother.
Yes, the reason we decided to adopt was we'd like you all to feel wanted and that this is your proper home and that we can all make plans for a future together.
The least you could do is show a bit of interest. Well, we're going to adopt you whether you like it or not.
This is stupid.
At the moment, it's necessary.
So how long are you going to take me to school and pick me up?
Until I can trust you not to bunk off, as you so graciously put it.
Oh, Wayne,
Sorry,
don't kiss me.
I don't intend to.
What is that?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I don't think so.
Mrs. Marriott said it was very good.
She's easily pleased.
When I grow up...
You won't.
When I grow up, I'm going to make a real dinosaur, and I'm going to send it to eat you.
Oh, I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight.
I need to take some liver for tomorrow. I've got some out.
Well, where do I get liver?
We're doing Jesus Christ Superstar.
Where is there a dinner party in Jesus Christ Superstar? Did they eat liver?
No, They certainly weren't vegetarian. They got through enough fatted calves.
So what are you playing? The cook for the last supper?
No, I'm Judas.
How much liver do you need? Enough for 12?
30. 30? Mrs. Marriott said we're bound to have some somewhere at home.
Oh, did she?
Look, there she is. That's her. You can ask her.
Don't worry. I will.
It's not liver, stupid. It's silver. 30 pieces of silver.
Looks like liver.
Oh, I want to be there.
Where?
Spam fritters, fish fingers, and Georgia, I have made you a rat atouille.
Would someone taste it first?
You think I'm trying to poison you?
You did last night.
Jake put those extra chili peppers in your supper last night, not me.
That's right. Blame it on a child.
I was helping.
Why do people always come at meal times?
Well, I don't think it's for the food.
Yes.
Good afternoon. I'm...
And social services, right? Come in, come in.
You remembered?
Well, it's not easy to forget a man who tried mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on a hamster.
Sadly, to no avail.
We had a lovely funeral.
I'm glad.
Well, is this a social call or a social services call?
I'm your family placement officer for the adoption.
Does it have to be you?
My job is to visit and iron out any little problems.
Well, there are 3 little problems in here that could do with ironing out. It's Ant. Remember Ant? Met him in Casualty.
Oh, he's good.
He thought we'd drop Philip on his head.
Mr. Prentice, we thought nothing of the kind.
Got away with that one then, didn't you?
They don't like jokes like that in social services, do you, Ant?
Not very much.
Who's joking?
I'm your family placement officer for the adoption.
Does it have to be you?
My job is to iron out any little problems.
Yes, well, we've got... would you like a drink?
Just came for a little chat.
Oh, well, you better have a drink then, because they can't have a little chat without a drink in their hands.
Thank you, Georgia.
Stop smacking, you two.
Yes, because if anyone smacks, Granny smacks.
Not with Granny Smacks.
No, she just locks us up in the cellar with all the spiders.
I feel sick.
Well, that's no excuse for elbows on the table.
Why do you feel sick?
It's a terrible food.
It's just eaten 3 Mars bars and a Milky Way.
Right, let's get you upstairs.
So, what can we do for you, Aunt?
Can't you put us on the at-risk register?
Why do you say that?
She tried to poison me last night.
Don't exaggerate. You just had a small stomachache, that's all.
Condemned by her own mouth.
Is there somewhere we could...
Talk about us?
Well, I'm sure we can find a more interesting topic. Yes, through there. Would you like to go and sit down? Oh, I expect empty plates when I get back.
Pass the dustbin, Philip.
You have a lovely house.
But is it big enough for 3 children? The answer is probably no, but we are converting the garage into another room.
I wasn't going to ask that.
Well, then why are you here?
I have to make 1 or 2 visits over the next couple of months to gather information for the court.
Snoop.
I prefer to call it welfare supervision.
Do you? Will I find you lurking behind the Argo?
I will always make an appointment first. I'll talk to you and the...
Jake wants to see you.
Me?
Yes.
Why? I mean, does he? Are you sure?
Maggie, he asked for his gran.
Why can't he call me Maggie? Excuse me, I won't be a moment.
So, and what's this all about?
The court have just asked me to talk to the school.
For the adoption.
Yeah, we like to get a complete picture.
Not a problem.
Well, as you know, George has been cutting classes and Philip is very disruptive.
Well, he's taking it out on other children. That's understandable.
I realise that. I just wondered how you both are.
That's sweet of you to ask. We're fine.
Mrs. Prentice, she's coping, is she?
In her own way, yes. Kicking a few doors in, nothing out of the ordinary. Considering our whole life has been changed.
And do you think it's affected her?
Yes, it's affected her and me and our bank balance and our plans for the future.
I meant mentally. Has it affected her mentally?
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, there have been 1 or 2 reports from Jake's school. A couple of teachers have complained that Mrs. Prentice accosted them in the playground, becoming abusive and threatening and making incomprehensible allegations concerning offal. Liver, to be precise. Mrs. Prentice accused another teacher of condoning the use of the F word, and the teacher concerned is now having post-traumatic stress counselling. She described Mrs. Prentice as wild-eyed and incoherent.
Sorry?
Incoherent. I wondered, Mr. Prentice, could you have a word with your wife on my behalf?
No, I think it would come better from you. Maggie? That's a very nice idea.
I just felt, if I saw another fish finger, I'd scream.
I feel very relaxed. Quite mellow, in fact. Wonderful steak.
There's nothing like red meat for putting things in perspective. Listen.
What? What's the matter?
Can you hear anything?
No?
Neither can I. Isn't it wonderful when they've gone to bed? Even the house seems to breathe a sigh of relief.
thank you for that wonderful supper.
Let's pick up the glasses. I'll put the cloth in soak.
Do you want to discuss why you did this? It is an act of vandalism, Philip.
Who said I did it?
Well, who else would scratch Philip on the table?
Is it because you want to create something you feel is permanent?
Because you've succeeded, until I can hire an electric sander.
Are you unhappy, Philip?
Philip, Ant just wants to know if you're happy here, and you are, aren't you?
Do you like football, Philip? You fancy a game?
No.
I do.
Philip, Ant hasn't finished with you yet.
No, it's okay. We'll talk another day.
Where should we play?
Thought you weren't feeling well.
I'm okay. I threw up.
Right, fine. Down the park?
Oh, use the garden.
You never let us use the garden.
Of course I do, except when the flowers are in bloom. Off you go.
You're absolutely sure?
Yes, of course. And your trainers are outside, Jake. Oh, and you'll be needing this. Is this all part of welfare supervision?
Well, I find young children often open up and talk when they feel relaxed.
Oh, do you?
He may be bottling things up.
Jake, what things?
Well, maybe nothing, but he may have worries that he's not telling you.
So you think he'll talk to you?
A bit of a kickabout seems to break the ice.
Does it?
And I get a bit of exercise. See you at half time.
I'll bring you an orange.
Look after these, please. Thank you.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to get some of these dandelions out.
What, now?
Oh, yes, before they get a grip. Just carry on talking.
We're not talking.
No, but you probably will be. Any minute.
We're playing football.
I'll take him out of the way down to the park.
Oh, no, just you pretend I'm not here.
You could be a girl, Gran.
Maggie. I'm trying to get them to call me Maggie.
Don't you like being a grandmother?
It's the name. Granny makes me think of false teeth and support hose.
Some people see it as a term of endearment.
Do they? They're probably the sort of people who never go out without a cardigan.
It's been a bit of a shock to you, all of this, hasn't it?
What do you think?
I think that you're a woman with a strong sense of duty who nevertheless, and quite understandably, resents the fact that you've been trapped into this situation.
How extraordinarily perceptive of you. Sit down. Do you know, some days I wake up and I think I'm in the middle of a nightmare. And then...
And?
Oh, be quiet, Jake, I'm talking. And then other days I wake up and I know I'm in the middle of a nightmare. Can you understand that?
Ant came to play with me. Not you. He's my friend, not yours.
So he is. You break that Camellia japonica and you will be mincemeat.
You have a wonderful way with children.
Thank you. I've been trained.
Oh, no, you can't learn that. It's a gift you have. A rapport with the young. Jake likes you.
I like him. I hope I can help him come to terms with his loss and look forward to his new life.
Only two in the pot.
I use tea bags. I wish you'd have been able to talk to my daughter and my husband when I split up. She blamed me, of course. Still does.
A natural reaction. The missing parent suddenly becomes perfect in the child's eyes. It's true that absence makes the heart grow fonder.
My dad left home when I was 6 years old. I bear the scars to this day.
She's having trouble sleeping. She calls out for her daddy now and then.
Ah, Georgia, we have an appointment for a talk, remember?
I'm not in the mood.
Listen, Georgia, will you do something for me?
I doubt it.
Let me give you a notepad. If you don't feel like talking, I'd like you to write something down about your life so far, in your own style.
My own style's gothic horror.
It'll make a change.
Destiny opens a tartan case.
I look forward to reading it.
Do you believe in fate?
I do.
I believe some things are meant to be.
My horoscope said destiny opens a tartan case.
Did it really?
We were meant to meet.
Obviously.
You have a tartan case.
Yes, I do.
It's fate.
But it's not mine, actually. It's my wife's.
Maggie? What's the matter? Can't you sleep? You thinking about tomorrow?
I don't know if I can go through with this.
Well, it's a bit late for that. All the reports are in. Judge just rubber stamps it in the morning.
And then we'll be their adoptive parents, won't we?
That's what we decided.
When? When did we decide? I don't remember we ever actually sat down and really talked about this.
We can't talk about anything these days, do we? I hardly get time to shave.
I'm scared we'll make a mess of it, like we did the first time.
We were very young when Graham was born. We knew nothing about bringing up children.
And what do we know now? Even less, as Georgia is very happy to point out.
We're older.
That's another thing. I'm completely whacked out most of the time. The laughter lines have become ploughed furrows.
You look just the same to me.
That's bedside light. Catch me in broad daylight, I could double for the Wicked Witch of the West.
Look, we've been thrown in at the deep end. 20 years too late, but we'll handle it.
You're taking this far better than me.
Oh, perhaps I'm just naturally more pragmatic.
Do you think I'm a selfish cow? It took you a long time to issue a denial.
Look, we've pleased ourselves most of our lives, now we've suddenly got responsibilities.
And I am useless at it.
This isn't like you.
I know. What's the matter with me?
PMT. Prematernal tension.
I'm not just becoming a mother, I'm going to be a zookeeper as well. Did you put the cover on the parrot cage?
Well, I was going to, but he said he wanted to talk for a bit.
There's so much to remember.
I never known you not to rise to the occasion.
Well, that's when the occasion was a buffet supper or a game of Scrabble.
Well, before you know it, you'll be experiencing the joys of parenthood.
The joys of parenthood. What are they exactly?
Shared moments. We've had some joys already.
Have we? When?
Well, what about the joys will come, I'm sure of it. But not tonight.
What's the matter?
Jake had a nightmare.
Oh.
This big witch drove me to her house and made me stay with her.
I didn't say a word.
You all right now, Jay?
He's had nightmares before.
Well, you go back to sleep. There aren't any wicked witches in this house, all right?
Mum used to sing to him to get him back to sleep.
Did she? No, rien, rien.
Hymns. She used to sing hymns.
I don't know any hymns.
Gran, look after my chewing gum.
Right, Jake.
Right, back to bed, everyone. Big day tomorrow.
Yeah, Gary Lineker's opening a new spool shop in the precinct.
No, we are going to court to adopt you.
We will get a chance to speak, won't we?
Of course.
The judge will ask us what we think, won't he?
What do you think about what?
The situation.
Well, if any of you have anything to say, you can say it.
Good. We've made a list.